Yes, base boxing basement triple B. Please like to support the channel because the haters are hovering. Fat pink ones, wrong ones with poorly developed prefrontal lobes, and ugly people. Oh yeah, so good week's boxing. I've just already done a bit of a preview on Rakimov Kodina, and then we got the, I suppose you'd say the big one, certainly from a global perspective, Ryan Garcia fees Gervonta Davis. Um, Gervonta Davis, right? Um, this is a very interesting fight. Davis is the favorite, like 2-1 on favorite. Um, is that merited? We shall see. We shall see. I mean, Ryan Garcia, we don't know about the pretty boy Ryan, with the Instagram boxer. The girls, especially the Latina girls, going nuts for Ryan. I don't know. People say he could be a bit fruity. He's certainly a little on the camp side. Um, I know he's got a daughter, but I don't need to repeat that. Philip Schofield has two daughters. One of them is pretty hot, actually. Um, yeah, but Garcia, I don't know, man. He gets a lot of hype. He doesn't get so much, globally yet. He's not a big name yet, but this could be the fight that launches him. He reminds me of a young Oscar De La Homo. Oscar was considered a good-looking Latino, clean cut, and blah blah. I mean, obviously, Oscar had the gold medal, and especially in those days, the gold medal still counted for a lot. You notice like the Olympics started to lose their relevance a bit, especially when American fighters were no longer medaling. You know, they got Richard Torres, who got a silver medal. He's Jalolov, a super heavyweight. If he got the gold, that would have been big news, but he didn't. Um, but yeah, so Garcia went pro at 17, which is young, man. Which is young. I hadn't realized he'd been that young, but um, it reminds you of Oscar in the sense that he appeals to Latin audience, but the wider audience as well. I don't think he speaks Spanish either. I don't think Oscar did. Those kind of modern American, Mexican Americans, a lot of them don't even bother with Spanish, which is a shame. But they're all proud to be Spaniards, Mexicans, but they can't speak Spanish, and they live in the U.S. and blah blah whatever. But I actually think Garcia is much better looking than Oscar. Hashtag no homo. Um, you know, and maybe I don't know. Maybe Oscar's probably a bit jealous of Ryan's young ass. Probably a bit jealous of Ryan's young ass. He wish he was young like him because he remembers the day when he was the man, and they didn't have social media then, like they do now. So Oscar probably a bit jealous of Ryan's little ass. Which is probably why he made him wear tutus and stick a variety of kitchen utensils up Ryan's batty hole if the rumors are to be believed. But I don't know. Oscar, man, he's a creepy, weird guy. We all know all of the Yale business. That's one thing, but the fruitiness, having things stuffed in his battle in the kitchen, wearing tutus, women underwear. He's creepy as anything, man. And he's had some fake 6-pack done, right? A fake 6-pack done. So it's like, Oscar was always in good shape. He was never like super ripped like the modern fighter, but I'm sure he could be. But no, he can't be bothered to put in the work. He's had some fake 6-packs, but which is really bizarre and extremely narcissistic and typical of someone as creepy as Oscar, to be frank. And obviously, Ryan's looks have made him a big star before he's won anything really. I think he has a big LGBTPQRST following as well. I know Sam Stroller is a big fan of his. That's for sure. Is he the best looking boxer ever, Garcia? That's a bit of a fruity question for the Triple B channel. We ain't a Corey channel, man. We call out Corey business. We don't indulge in Corey business. But he's a good looking guy, no doubt. I mean, Triple B is actually better looking in his opinion. Modestly, when he was a youth. But Triple B wasn't a world class boxer, so whatever. But Gary Stretch. Do you anyone remember Gary Stretch, a British boxer? He fought Eubank for the world title. He was a Versace model, yeah, and he was probably the better looking one. No homo, you know. And he became a fairly whack actor. Although he's done one good film. I can't remember what it's called. It's a British film. But yeah, Gary Stretch, he was a Versace model and yeah, probably beats Ryan. But anyway, enough about that. Back to business. Ryan Garcia. As a person, yeah, he comes across as quite likable. He comes across as not very intelligent. He's like a real kid. He always had little laughs. He don't know. He's the kind of guy who doesn't. He wouldn't know where to point, where any foreign countries exist. He wouldn't be able to point to the UK or London or anything like that on a map. Probably wouldn't even know where Canada or Mexico was. He's that much of an idiot. Yeah, he's got these terrible tattoos. I mean, it's so depressing when you see all these guys stick tattoos, spend money to look whack and just look like every other idiot with tattoos. He dresses quite well. Sometimes he dress quite smart, with a bow tie. I mean, and his opponent Gervonta, the dwarf, the manlet Gervonta. I mean, he's got even worse tattoos. He's completely covered in them. I mean, how much money, how much boredom, how much for what? Oh, this represents this. How lame is that? People that have pictures of their kid. Oh, this is my kid. Oh look, you've got her birthday on your arm. Yeah, that's to remind me of my daughter. What? You forget her birthday? You need to have it tattooed on your arm, you idiot, man. It's pathetic, it really is. Both. Yeah, and to be honest, Gervonta is pretty fruity himself. We're walking around with his purse and his like lavender fur jacket, and him and Ryan hangs out with his makeup, kind of I don't know, like non-gender. I don't even. Oh, it's just gross. Modern life, so depressing. Modern boxers, Plenty of people must be spinning in their graves. We're looking at the modern boxer, as they say. So there's a clip, right, where Gervonta Davis is asked what he's going to do to Ryan. He said he's going to stretch his ass out. And bloody hell, that isn't a bit creepy.
Once he get knocked out, I don't care.
Tank, you better not knock his ass out. Listen, I want you to punish his ass, yeah? I need you, look. Now I ain't gonna knock you out right here. I'm gonna do it over here.
No, you knock his ass out. Yeah, facts.
No, we ain't doing it like that.
Stretch his ass out.
No, we ain't doing it like that.
Left punches, you stretch his ass out.
No, we ain't doing it like that.
Left stretch his ass out.
No, we ain't doing it.
Yeah, and these two irons, right? We had a bit of a rival, which is fine. It's good for building up the fight. But apparently they met in the club. I didn't really read much into it. I mean, this is just fluff. I want to know about serious stuff. Yeah. And when the fight's all been signed, then we're ready to roll. But yeah, so Gervonta was in the club, and so was Ryan. They were in the club, and supposedly there was a bit of chat, and Ryan said, "Hey, can we be friends after this?" And Gervonta went, "No," which is actually quite fun. Even though I think Gervonta is an idiot, he's even more stupid than Ryan. At least Ryan has got some sort of I won't say he's respectable, but he seems to have some, he seems to be quite a sweet character. Gervonta is just an idiot, Ain't no safety on this Glock. Ain't no safety on this Glock. Oh, you love that, didn't you, the little fruit? He's about 5'7" as well. I mean, he's one of them guys like Gay Weather who just surrounds himself with these massive, paid, bodyguard type things. Neither of them probably have any real friends, but that's the price you pay at that level. Ryan also says he's a Christian. He does thank God, so I would see how it appeals to Triple B. I don't know how real it is. I hope it is, but it allegedly got him banned from Twitter because that's what he said, because he was talking about being a Christian. But all those stupid tattoos, including especially the serpent he had done on his forearm and hand, and he said it was done for personal reasons. And now the serpent represents the devil. Everyone knows this, man. In the Bible, it's the serpent, innit? The devil that tempts man, tempts Eve. Yeah, and some people say you should have no tattoos if you're a Christian. There are a few verses on it. Some people say that you can have tattoos, but you can't have certain types of tattoos, right? I mean, there's some discussion about it. I would suggest don't tattoo your body. God's given you a body, and if we suddenly don't put serpents and devils and stuff like that. You know, I wish I could rip tattoos off myself and other people. But hey, so the fight. What happens in the fight? You know, this is the crux. This is a real important thing. So let's have a think. Now, I'm looking at amateur career. Now in amateur career, Garcia has more sort of losses. But he did have, yes, according to Box Rap, which is never complete. Well, rarely complete on the amateur stuff, but he had 2 wins and 2 losses against Devin Haney. He's got 15 losses in all, although his most recent performances and record were good. Well, most of them were wins, yeah. And of course he was a junior then, so it's a long time ago. This is the pro game. It's a man's game too. You know. So I mean, you know, it's worth looking at. Davis as well. He had 3 losses according to Box Rap. 2 of them were to Joet Gonzalez. Yeah. You might say that Ryan fought better Oppo, but again, you know, this is a junior. I mean, I wouldn't. You know, this is the pros now. This is the pros. Yeah. And both these guys can gilet zhang. In other words, they can bang. Both these guys can bang. Gervonta has 28 wins, 26 KOs. And Queen Rai, or King Rai as he pretends to be, 23 wins, 19 KOs. So they both can bang. And you know what? Everyone goes, oh, we got 2 punches. It's obviously going to end inside the distance. People always say that. And then quite often it doesn't. You get 2 punches and it goes the distance. I remember when I was a youth, Evander Holyfield fought George Foreman. And all the papers and all that. Oh, there's no way this is going the distance. Someone put some advert for their paper on something on Foreman's shoes, but it went the distance. I mean, in retrospect, you're like, well, hang on, mate. Holyfield's got a solid chin. He's a decent puncher, but he's not a massive puncher. Foreman's got a good chin, and he's a big puncher, but he's slow. I mean, was it that much of a surprise it went distance? I mean, this is different, this fight, you know. But you know what? Both can box as well. They're not just pure bangers. So you know, and when you're afraid of being knocked out and you don't want to take the risks, you could get something. You know, what's the word? They could be a bit careful. You know, they might not throw it all to the wind. But hopefully someone's going to get killed. And to be honest, I have to be honest, you know, I hope it's Davis, because he's just, I don't want that ghetto nonsense. Will it happen though? Will it happen? So, I mean, I'd say, right, if we look at things, right, like speed, I'd say that's equal, man. They're both very fast. Ryan's got that thing where he does loads of uppercuts, which is just show pony stuff, but he is fast. Power, just about equal, I'd say. You know, Davis has slightly more knockouts, but Ryan's a hard puncher, and they both level people out. And, you know, Ryan's naturally a slightly bigger guy, right? Ryan's 5'10". Ryan's 5'10", and Davis measures 5'5.5". Wow, he's shorter than I thought he was. I thought he was 5'7". 5'5". I mean, that's a big difference in height. Yeah, Davis got this big head, man, that you can't seem to miss. That probably means he's got a good chin. As I said, big head. People usually have good chins. But I'm not sure what the reach is. I imagine Garcia, unless Davis has freakishly long arms, I imagine Garcia has the reach advantage too. So that's going to be interesting, man. That is going to be interesting. We'll create a few problems for Davis. I mean, he does seem slick enough to move underneath the duck, and you know he hits hard with it. He throws a lot of hooks. Now Garcia holds his chin up a bit high, right? You know what that is? That leaves it open for the hook. It was dropped by Luke Campbell. Sorry, Luke Campbell. Yeah, Campbell is obviously Hatton's son. And you know you can see him getting close. You know, sweeping some of those big hooks right onto Ryan's chin and knocking him over. Heart-wise, it's hard to say. I think I don't have any particular concerns, but Garcia does seem a bit fragile with his mental health problems and being worried about his tattoos and things like that, you know. And like I said, there is a slight size difference, right? Garcia fought his last 2 fights at 140, and Davis has always been at 135. But Garcia fought most career at 135. I mean, is it gonna be a difference? I think. I mean, Garcia says he's doing the weight fine, but you know you can't really trust what fighters say. What fighters say really. I mean, it'll probably be bigger on the day of the night. It may suit him better. It may be suit him better. Yeah, the fight is made at 136. Some said that was a bit weak of Davis. You know, he could at least have done it halfway out. 137.5. It, I don't know. We'll see we'll see who the advantage lies. Whether it weaken Garcia or whether you know just because he's naturally bigger he'll come in like he'll probably come in a lot bigger than Davis on the night. I would imagine as long as he's left no weakness, it might be to his advantage. I think there's a hydration clause, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah, let's see what Davis was able to get Garcia to agree to a £10 rehydration clause. Okay, it's okay. So he's got to watch that. They're trying to weaken him, and well, it's wise from Davis's camp. I think it's slightly, I wouldn't say cowardly. It's good business, but I guess that seems to put the advantage a little bit. Or it takes a bit of the advantage away from Garcia, let's say, because he won't be able to come in as huge as he could. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? This is the real question. I think the odds are about right. The odds are. The thing is, right? I just sometimes intuitively think, can I see Garcia winning? Can I see that little pretty boy with his chin hanging out winning? And that's the problem with me. It's his chin hanging out to dry, while Garcia aggressively hooks. But that's not to say Ryan hasn't got a chance. He's leveled people out. He's got speed. He's got power. You know, that big head won't be hard to hit. But like I say, intuitively, I seem to think that Davis got a good chin. I don't know, man. It's hard to nail an exact prediction down. Most people would suggest 2 punches. Someone's going to get stopped. I don't know. Depends how careful they are. Depends how they fight. You know. It's a great fight though. I think 2-1 is about right. I don't think I'm going to drop any money on this. I might. I don't know. I might drop a $5 on Garcia to win, but I think that's wasted money really. I think what worries me, as I said previously, is Garcia's hanging his chin out, getting chin checked with the hooks. I hope, you know. So I'm just going to be watching this fight for the enjoyment. And I just hope Ryan Garcia pummels Davis, knocks him out. Because Ryan, you know, despite the fact he's stupid, you know, he seems fairly likable. You know, he's not a nasty character. He doesn't seem to have a bad bone in his body. You know, even when he met Gervonta in the club, he's like, oh, could we be pals after this? You know, just to be, because he's a nice guy. You know, as well as like, no. But, you know, and Davis with his stupid tattoos and his bragging. It's also, I find it kind of weird that, you know, when you got a 5'5" guy, all right, he ain't exactly Son of Edwards, but, you know, bragging on how, you know, what a bad man he is. It's just a bit tragic, really. You're a man that you're a dwarf. I'd be ashamed to be 5'5". Can you imagine, man? 5'5.5" inches. I'd be ashamed, man. You know, you're in the club and you're looking up to everyone, including the females. That's. I'd much rather be Ryan Garcia. We're not, you know, even if Ryan were to lose, I'd rather be Ryan. You know, 5'10" is a reasonable height. You know, he's not. I mean, Gervonta is he ugly? Yeah, I would say he's a very ugly guy. He looks somewhat deformed. I don't know. There's something weird about his head, his eyes. He doesn't look like very. His form is not very much of the human species. There's something odd about him, man. And his stupid tattoos. Did he slap up some women or something? I can't remember. It's one of his girlfriend or something. Anyway, yeah, my hope is that Ryan wins. I would, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I think David. My tip would be Davis. I'm not sure. By KO, by stoppage, I don't know. He's got a great stoppage record. Yeah, I think he would. If I had to hang my head, or whatever, on the line, hang my balls on the line, my cojones, I'd play probably Davis by 10th round stoppage. But I'm not. You know, again, I'm really not confident picking in this fight. Which should make for a good fight, but I lean towards Davis easily. You know, I think the odds are about right. But I would like nothing more than to watch Ryan chin that Davis, hopefully with an uppercut, right? And to see Davis fall on his face and try and lift his huge head, his enormous head off the canvas, but fall back down. Yeah, that'd be fun. Anyway, we'll see. Peace.